Hello everyone, I'm Electrolama. This is my second video on Dyson Sphere project, and I wanted to show off my progress of building my first Dyson structure. Build the Dyson Ring, is sort of Tron inspired. So yeah, I figured in this video I'll kind of go over roughly how I got to this point, and some updates since the last video I made. Yeah, I think it was this one. I figured out how to make like a nice kind of ring. Yeah, symmetry looks right on this. A nice ring shape, and then because I was kind of inspired by, or the Steam page like preview. It has like a circular kind of shape kind of like this, but also in Avengers Endgame, where they go to that neutron star with the Dyson ring around it.
Upgrade complete.
Oh, upgrade, nice. And then the coloring's inspired by Tron Legacy. So here's my first planet, the lava planet. It has various moles and high-tech things, and also makes the green cubes. This is actually what I originally went to this planetary system for, to make the different types of cubes, because my home planet was kind of running out of resources for cubes. But then I ended up just kind of building everything up and being like, okay, it actually wouldn't be too much work to go from what I have to making the Dyson Sphere, or Dyson Ring at least. Yeah, so I have a few of these factories. These are for supermagnetic rings. There actually isn't any graphite on this planet, so I actually have to import all of the graphite. So I have these strip factories kind of like this. I forget if I showed this off in the last video. But basically the way they work is they have some belts that go forward, some go backwards, so they kind of tile together like this. And you can only build a certain number of these before you get limited by how much the belts can carry. And these are used for quite a few recipes and cubes as well. I think they're one of the ingredients for quantum chips. So it's a pretty necessary factory to have. I have, I think, 3 or 4 of these on this planet. And these are just part of the process of making the green cubes. So you have these strange matter, which get turned into graviton lenses, which get turned into cubes. These also require quantum chips, so it's pretty high-tech setup to get to the green cubes. And this one's also eventually going to be a place where I export different ore, or in the form of plates. But yeah, so I'll transport the green cubes as well, because that's more efficient than transporting the warpers themselves. I'll be using this in whatever planetary system I go to next. Might make a video on that too. Here's where I launch some of the solar sails. Yeah, and here I have an example of a mall where it just makes a bunch of different items with the same starting ingredients. This one's like a tier 2 or tier 3 mall, where I have turbines, processors, and then raw materials coming in. And with those you can make all of these different things. And I think this one's the next level up, where instead of turbines you use supermagnetic rings, and iron, graphite, and more processors. And then with those you can make all of these things. These logics distributors, all of these trading hubs. And so I have the boxes that they feed into, I have them limited so that I don't just pour tons and tons of resources into making these when I don't need them. So I can grab like a stack of these and be good for a while. And these things I had to expand it because I actually need a lot of ray receivers kind of in the intermediate stages of building the sphere. I think now I have plenty of generation. But for a while I was only generating like maybe 200 megawatts with the same number of ray receivers. I'm also randomly making blue cubes here, because why not? This is my ore planet. Yeah, that's the first planet. Here's planet number 2. It's actually another special one where it has sulfuric oceans. Yeah, I got kind of lucky having this as well. It's very useful for making different cubes. Also the carbon nanotubes, which you need a lot of in order to build the Dyson Sphere. You can actually see I have a huge row of these nanotubes and a few of these logistics hubs kind of feeding in graphite, because there's no graphite on this planet, but there is a lot of titanium and sulfuric acid. It's currently not doing much because I'm done with the Dyson Ring. I have a lot of these frame material. So these actually take a lot of nanotubes, so all of that nanotube stuff is being fed into here, and even this is not really operating at full capacity. And it's like just enough to kind of slowly churn out these rockets. Here's all my deuterium being made. I just have a blueprint for each one of these rows, and I get free hydrogen from the gas planet near me. Another nice thing about this planet. And then here's where all the magic happens, where I make all my solar sails. That gets turned into the Dyson Sphere components, which get made into the rockets. So I have a few assemblers making rockets, and then a few silos launching them. So all of these silos were made on that one lava planet, which has the advanced SMRs. Yeah, here I just feed all the different cubes from the different areas, port them and run them down to each of these labs. So not a huge output of science, but just enough to have a gradual trickle of research being done. And I'll probably need to scale some of this up when I go for the white cubes. Alright, so here's the third planet. This one's actually a pretty useful one because it has oil and graphite and also organic crystals. So I have a lot of oil refineries here. I'll show off this one. This one's making plastic, which is currently not making plastic because I think it's all the hydrogen's backed up. I'm also mining coal and the graphite and exporting that for quite a few different recipes. So in order to make your cubes, you actually need a lot of graphite. See, I have it labeled. This is using the blueprints for the different letters. Comes in handy. Here I'm making processors. I have a small mall here just for the essentials. And those processors are being used to make quantum chips. And here's where I have my quantum chips. There's another strip factory that feeds in some interesting stuff. You have the titanium glass, you have graphite, you have tons and tons of hydrogen. And actually I have two of them right next to each other, just because I figured it would be easy just to feed whatever excess I have into the second one, and also feeding in some more hydrogen. And here I have my organic crystal mine. I think this is the only one on this planet. This definitely saves a lot of steps and a lot of the different recipes, especially for the cubes. But I think also for quantum chips, because I think you need them for these titanium crystals. Yeah, this got made into the yellow cubes and the quantum chips. Yep, so this is where I have my yellow cubes. You can kind of see my cube factories are kind of in different planets because they naturally need different ingredients. And then I have purple chips being made. These are the ones that are made from this particle broadband. Yep, that is planet number 3. I'm pretty satisfied with how this came out. Yeah, so it's a kind of modest size of a Dyson Sphere, or Dyson Ring. It came out pretty cool, and I got pretty lucky with this star system and all the resources it has for making cubes and Dyson Sphere components. I might do one more of these videos if I expand to other stars and start making the white cubes and maybe a full Dyson Sphere. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.